Hello and welcome back to our next Friday stream. Already a week ago since we had the last iOS thing. So yeah, today another constellation. So Moritz is back again on the Friday. That means we do Vapor.
Yes.
And yeah, which topic do we cover today, Moritz?
Yeah. So I think the last time we worked on the movie DB backend, and I think the implementation in Kotlin is very nice and very cool. So we don't really have to do something there. I think it's just we will just leave it like this. One thing I always wanted to have is a mock server locally on my machine, which will actually just provide JSON files I put in a specific folder, and it will just return those folders and maybe even maybe even have something for post, so I can post something and then the server will write it to a file, so they can have some kind of interaction. I know this is I wanted to have this in a few projects where where the back end isn't as fast as the front end, and I just wanted to test it. And sometimes you need a little bit more, just a quick answer from the gateway, and So I thought it would be a nice thing to start with it. We might even finish it.
So basically a very lightweight server.
Yes.
Where you have the possibility to configure them, the endpoints with JSON files or something like that.
Yes.
So
that would be the ideal.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have to use other tools like Postman things and stuff to test.
So it might be a nice combination with Charles to reroute the requests. But other than that, I don't think you need anything else. I think it might be a nice idea to have it, and
Okay.
So let's get started.
Okay, then I switch. Here we go.
Yes, so I'm just gonna see.
Okay.
Present this right here. So we are going to start with a vapor. No. Let's call it Tiny Mock Server.
So basically now we do the basic setup, which we already did 2 times, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't explain that in detail now.
So basically this is nothing special. We don't want to have anything here. No leaf. Just
basically just an empty vapor project. An Xcode release candidate is now out since yesterday.
Ooh. Yeah, I have to see. Oh no, on my private computer, of course, I can use it. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we already know all the stuff. I don't need all these.
So question is, how do you want to configure this stuff? So is the basic idea to do that also with some kind of configuration file, or do you want to implement the endpoints?
So
a generic solution, so to say, or more?
So I looked through this through documentation, which is actually pretty good. You have always to read a little bit further because some things are just not where you're were hoping for them. So I went all the way down here and keep going, and then here is something catch all.
Okay.
So this sounds exactly what I need.
So catch all, all endpoints, all paths? Or
so we already worked with this one. where we have who, and then so that would be this path.
Okay, the complete path. So to say, yeah.
This one is something which I can ask for inside. So it would be a parameter inside the path itself.
So basically, a normal way you would have, if you have an API for movies, so you would
for the
have
ID, for example.
/movie ID, and the movie ID is a dynamic parameter. So
this one is anything. So if I would have who and then the star and then path, then everything which has who, whatever here, something, and then this in the end, this would be the path. And this one will catch everything.
Okay.
So I could start it with something special and then put this in, or I can just start with this. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just
then it should accept all paths you provide. Okay.
That would be the main idea. So let's do this. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, wrong.
That was from last stream on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Office Racer, when you haven't watched it, go to YouTube and watch the previous streams. And I think probably there will be one more or maybe two more streams for the Office Racer, right?
Yes. And next time I already talked to Christian, and we will do the stream in English.
Okay.
To find out if we have more English-speaking friends for the stream or not.
So basically, we switched all streams to English. I think then, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first route. Let's see. I think I can.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go. I want to have a get. And the path will be, of course, catch all. And this will be the request. And let's just return whatever the URL is. Pass string. Let's try this.
So basically, just for verification that it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everything done. Let's run this. First time always takes.
We need some kind of button for Jeopardy music. So I think that's yeah.
Okay.
Okay, server starting.
So it started. Let's go here.
Error. Not found. You will have to provide a path, right? So /.
Well, let's see.
Or provide anything. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So it catches only path elements. So if you don't have a path, so just a base URL, that doesn't work. So maybe you have to add something in front of the stars.
What about if I do this?
Yeah.
That's
so it gets basically everything after the path.
So
interesting. So no parameters.
Yeah, so I guess I do need. I also need this one. So just this one to capture everything on the first try. So without anything. What?
So
wrong combination. Oh.
yeah, but then
So I guess
let's test it.
So in regular expression, I guess there has to be something there, and then it works. And to capture nothing, and so this is the path, but not the query, that's why this one didn't work. So now
no, that should work.
This one should work. Yeah.
So basically, it's now using the second request, the second path.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so without anything or without a path component, it would take line 8, and with a path component, then line 3. So maybe we can output something different to see which one
Yeah,
we use.
Of course.
So
Let's
just pre or post.
Let's put it in a so. Do this, and something else I want to have is query. Wait, how did it do this? I think it's URL dot query.
It's an optional, okay.
And this. Let's do something similar
and
here.
the same here, and just say advanced. Yeah.
So that we at least know what the query would be.
Yeah, and see which one Vapor uses.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Okay. So this one.
It's a simple request. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
simple request, yeah.
Okay, so when you add something before the question mark, it should take the advanced request, right? Yeah. Okay. And if you say directly after the port with question mark, is that a valid URL or has
with this?
Without a slash? Yeah, that's a symbol, of course. And when you add now a question mark, but I don't know if that's a valid URL without a slash.
Yeah, the problem is I think that the browser will edit, so you can't.
Okay. So basically, without a slash, it's not a valid URL, and the browser.
Yeah, the browser will correct it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but this should work.
So now we have endpoints where we intercept everything, so to say.
Yes. Let's see. Where's right there. So something that would be nice is so the idea would be there are two types of URLs I have. So let's do this. I would have so right now it doesn't matter what's behind here because I'm catching all of them. So everything after this would be caught here. The thing would be that there's a path component, there's a query component, and I have to figure out a good way to make sure which JSON I will have, which JSON I will have to look for on the server.
Okay.
So
So basically you have something like a path query combination, which points or which maps to a JSON file. Something like that.
Yeah. So I will have this. Just this would probably result in the file at path to a file.json.
Okay.
But if I have
Nice, the camera stopped working. At least mine.
always yours.
Yeah, let's fix it.
And this would
Oh,
be
nice. I love it when the hardware works.
And this would be, let's say,
Here we go.
Amount. Hopefully this works. I haven't tried this part yet.
Yeah, I'm just fixing my cam. So
yeah, problem.
Yep. Okay.
So this would be the idea. If there's no query behind it, I use the last path component from iOS.
Yep.
Last path component to create the file name. And if I do have a query, then I will use the query itself to create the file name.
So, yeah, okay, that's for the first version, so to say. But in a real mock server, you would want something like the real endpoint call, or so. If
what do you mean real
endpoint call? Yeah, it's unlikely that a path to a file is like the production server then at the end. Or the question is if you want to achieve something like that, so you would use the real URLs in your app, in your code.
Yeah. So this part would be something I can replace.
Yeah, exactly. And the path would be then, oh, that's just for the example. So basically the path would be the real endpoint, how it would be called on the production
so we have
server then. So just for example, when we have our movie app, for example, we would have something like the base URL /movie/ some kind of ID or movie list. It's a little bit easier for the example.
It's movie list,
and then the file name would be list.json, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's try that. So basically we have to split the path into components so we know.
So we do have, so the question is, I'm not sure if this, if the query behind it is.
Yeah, it could be that it's not a valid, or it contains characters which aren't that good for the file system.
Yes, that might be the problem. And the other question is if this could be switched around.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for the URL, it doesn't matter. The order is not relevant, but for our logic, it would be.
Well, the question is this: I can transfer this to some kind of dictionary and then rearrange it to be sorted.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's that might be a more difficult case.
But maybe we start with the first version and then we go on and see where we can get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that would definitely be a challenge here, which we have to think about. But yeah, a dictionary would be a solution here. Yeah, but let's start with the easy one and then expand from there on.
Right. So right now in here, and in here, I'm basically at the same point. So I could have something which would combine those two calls. Because I don't really care what this is. Or, yeah, I will just use this. And if it's not there, or just one part of it, then I will call it index.json, for example. So I could...
So the object we use in there is the same, basically. So you have one function which you call there, and you give the request. You inject a request, or maybe just a request URL stuff.
So
because we only need the path and the query.
Right. So
so we would have a path component or a path, yeah. Let's start with a string, and then we can adjust it. And the query.
Could have it like this.
Yep.
So this would be nice, but actually we can do better and do
the request
with or no, even better, we are doing it with the URL, because we don't need anything else from the request, we just need the URL.
Okay.
And this, I think it would be URI, right?
Okay.
So
okay, then it would be URL.path, or basically the same you did in the other file, right? So it's URL.string and .query.
Right. Let's see if so the query is help. And this would be only no query and just the index. Okay. Did I do something wrong here?
What?
Because there are.
Yeah, it's encoded. Also escaped.
Yeah. Okay.
That's correct for a string. Yeah, but that should be it. So basically, initialize a URL.string for the path and URL.query for the query.
Yeah.
And here you don't need self, because you have URL.path. It's not the same. So
and
query equals URL.query. And both are optional, so it's okay to just assign it without checking.
Nice.
Yeah, that should work.
Yeah. What would be nice is to have the source file or a source. Let's do this as an URL.
So that's what do we want to do there?
That's actually then the path, the local path of the
so the path in the file system.
Yeah.
Okay. Source path maybe. If you want,
yeah.
It depends what you want to do with it. We can change it later if.
I'm actually not sure, because I don't. So right now I'm running this on a Mac system, so an Apple system. So I will have Foundation in it anyways.
Okay. With Vapor, you have the specialty
this one. So I will definitely use string right now. That's why this isn't a URL; it's an URI.
And a question. So we could execute Vapor also on a Linux system or on a non-Mac hardware.
Yeah.
So basically we have we can't use the Mac specific object, so the foundation stuff
Yes.
isn't available here. So we have to use Vapor objects, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
That's also why I have, if I create a new file, I have these.
That's your special templates.
Right. The only thing it does, it prevents Xcode from importing foundation as
because
standard, because then you have other problems, and then you will have access to URL and to all the things that a foundation includes, but it will not run on Linux.
Yeah, but that's the tricky part, because as long as you are on a Mac hardware, the foundation import would work, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you develop your thing, and you can say, okay, it works, and then you deploy it on a server, and that's non-Mac hardware, and then you have a problem.
Right.
And normally
you don't.
it's
want
hard
to
to
have
find the problem then, right?
Yeah, that's what normally it's. That's why with I think it was last year when Xcode added the auto import. So when you now write down something stupid and it will import foundation, then you don't know why it doesn't run anymore.
Okay.
So you have to make sure that there's in the whole project
no foundation
you never
import.
have this in there.
So you could basically say you configure a linter to check this.
Right.
And include it in your build pipeline or something if you want.
think even I think if you run this on your Mac, it will not run either.
Okay.
I think that's
so there's
there are other problems, but yeah. Okay. You will definitely see that it doesn't run, because now it tries to import a few things that are defined in Vapor and in Foundation, and then it will tell you no, you can't.
And that's why it's here a URI and not a URL, right? Yeah. Right, because the URL object is the foundation object.
Yes.
Okay.
And the URI is a little bit more. It's Vapor, and it's a little bit more advanced and more.
Special backend stuff in there, and so on. Okay.
So I wouldn't return a URI to point to a file, to a local file.
Okay.
Because, as you see here, it's more done towards actual URLs, like you use for to find files online and not locally. So
okay, then the question is, which would be the right data type here? So string.
Yeah. So let's go back to the documentation, and let's see advanced files, read file. So what they do is they use a string.
Okay.
Which I would just do.
And they have a special file IO thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, that's also a thing. You can't use the file manager.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't really have anything like last path component or erase last path component or whatever.
Okay.
You have to do all this by yourself.
Okay.
Or if there is already something included in Vapor, but otherwise you don't really have anything to do.
Okay, that's important to remember.
Yeah.
Don't use foundation.
Yeah. So I still have to. I thought I had time today, but for some reason I didn't. Because here what I get is a byte buffer. I have to find out what I want to return is actually some kind of content. So this points to the wow, this is just huge. Let's try to do this a little bit smaller.
Basically what we want to return is a string for the response. Or what do you mean now?
We want to return the content of the file.
Yeah, and that should be a string.
Should be a string, or a dictionary. Like this. So it should be something.
Which can also be transformed into a string. Yeah. So for the response object, it's a string, because we don't we only start with JSON responses
Right.
because data is at least not now.
Yeah.
So no binary files or something like that.
No.
So then, yeah, I would say the response type is always a string here for the response of the request.
Yeah. And hopefully everything else will
Let's see.
will be able to transcode it or to decode it correctly. Yeah, so we have to see if this byte buffer, if I can just return the byte buffer, or if I have to do something and then return it.
Yeah.
So we will see.
Mhm.
But so what we want is we want to have a string for the source path because it tells me, okay, it has to be a string.
Yeah.
Right here. And I think this looks promising. I'm reading.
Okay, that's basically the same what we provide.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we want to do? Dun, dun, dun. So let's see. Let's ignore the query for now. Because we have to do some magic with it. We just want to have the path.
Let's start with the easy stuff and then go do the advanced one.
So, what would be, let's see. So, if at last path component equals path. No.
The question is, what do we want to do now?
Whoa. So I need to get the last. I can just pop last. That's even better.
So, but for the path, you don't need to do that, right? You just have to add .json. So you have to, then you have the file name. So the last component is every time the last. So we said the last component is the file name. So you have just to add .json.
So the problem would be if
you have to check if the file is at that location.
Well, if the path is this.
Exactly.
Then I want to point it to
index.json.
And otherwise
just add .json.
Right, yeah.
And that should, okay. So, okay, then we have to check how many path components we have. If you don't have one, then it's index.json.
True, yeah.
Something like that. So you could say path dot component, path components dot count, and if that with only the slash, the path components should be 0, or is the path one component? That we have to check. So maybe 0 or 1 equals. Or better, path components is empty. Should be possible. So you don't. So just check path.pathComponents is empty.
Isn't there something like is?
So that should basically be it. We can test it. We can say, okay, if we get this, we just log something or return a special string to check it. Yeah, then you don't. Yeah, just go on. So basically, you don't. If the is empty, if you use the is empty, you don't need a count. because is empty should check exactly for that.
So if it's empty,
Then return the index.json. Otherwise, we have path components. And we say return path and add the .json. Yeah.
Like this.
That should work. So the question is if you only provide a slash, if it's the empty one or not.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we have to check for the count equals 1.
Right.
So that we have to verify.
So,
and then you could directly, you need a .source path, right?
Yeah. I was just gonna say.
Or just return,
source path.
Oh. And now it gets interesting because, you need the same. We could add a method here, right? So we don't have to duplicate the content. Is it possible, right? We can say we do a method which gets the request, and then we do the logic once. But for testing, we can start.
Yeah, we can just do it like this. I think we can.
Let's do the quick and dirty way.
This is the dirtiest way ever, because normally you want to have a controller and you want to have it nice and tidy and not with a closure and stuff.
But when you only run it locally,
right?
It's just for fast testing or mocking stuff.
Yeah. So all right, let's run this. Let's see
how many components we have.
This is getting quick. Okay, so index.
That's wrong.
No.
That's correct. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Okay. Okay, it's count 1. Okay, the slash itself.
But
is
now
a path
we
component.
can just have it here, and we will see. Okay.
Breakpoints. Yeah, that's also cool.
Yes.
So and now when you say path components should be 1 now. Yeah, the slash itself is a component. Path component. Dot count. Okay. That's unexpected.
That's unexpected. Yes. Why isn't this empty? Path component is empty. It's true.
Yeah. Wrong.
So we want to do this.
If it's not empty, it's a guard statement. And the else case is the index. So we want, if it's not empty, we want to go on. So then the path.json. Classic error.
Yeah. And the best thing was that I had an index back here, which made it correct but incorrect.
Yeah.
So this is correct. And
is it also correct?
Actually, I think.
Yeah. Then. And now with only a slash there, it should also be index.json. And if you add something behind the slash.
But if I do this now, then what I get is this, and I think I need this in front. So this would be like this, because that's, I think we'll have to see if that works.
For the file name or
yeah,
let's see what the file manager or how it is called in Vapor works.
So
but I would start without a slash or just with the we called it source path.
Probably, yeah. I was
Then you
thinking,
also have to add it in the other case.
yeah.
Or
Do I have documentation empty? Is that an empty file? Other empty. Okay. Do this.
so basically the root in the public folder should be the root when we use the file manager, right?
Yeah.
So normally I would expect only to provide the file name then without a slash. But yeah, let's check it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this should work.
This is a valid choice. Yeah.
Let's remove it here. And let's go to the routes. I don't think we need this anymore. And let's see. So we want to do.
Yeah, we need a request. Oh, okay. So we get the path and then we could do this.
Yeah. Okay, so try request.
Maybe we should extract a method because otherwise you have to copy paste every time.
Yeah.
File IO. Okay.
What is it? File IO.
File
that's
IO
right.
dot read. Read file. Oh, okay.
Collect file. No. Read.
What's the
file.
difference? On read. Okay, on you get, yeah, that's a buffer. You get callbacks then.
What? Yeah. No. This is wrong. Try await dot. Why is it?
What is connect?
I don't want to read. Collect file at, but it still gives me an event loop back. Why is it?
Yeah, that's not a valid response.
Yeah.
So we have to do something with it.
I probably have to decode it to something.
Yeah. We can have a look at the documentation on the website.
So what's this? Story tree, okay. Question is if I can just that's a byte buffer. Oh. Let's see if I can have
Buffer.
yes.
So yeah. And then row 8 has to be content. Or like
Let's
that. Yeah.
do it like this.
So then should we extract it to a method?
Yeah.
Because you have to add it also in the other.
Right.
So we could say in Vapor we can just create normal methods, right? So just private func. In yeah. Okay, we don't have a opt. The routes is a function.
Yeah, right now this is the function.
Okay.
I could put it in here.
Yeah, it's a nested function then. So
yeah.
But how would you do it in Vapor? So basically create a global function?
Normally,
because that's then if you declare a function on that level, it's a global function, right? Because you don't have an object.
Yes, I don't have an object, yeah. So normally what you do, why is this?
So then you, just start with a normal global function, but I don't know what's the best practice is in Raper.
Hold on a second. I didn't to look at what I did before because I haven't.
Or we just do that in the object itself, and then in both cases we say return the object dot content.
Ah, gotta kill me. Okay, I have to look at the leaf basics routing. Nope. No.
Methods.
They're doing all the same thing. That's not what I want. I want to.
What you could do is an extension on application. I don't know if that's a good idea. So extension on the application with the function, and then you can call it from there. Because you get in the routes an application injected.
Yeah, I could do that. I think get use this. So I could do this and then say.
And then call a function.
Capture all.
Okay.
Why?
Then without a parameter. So just request. Yeah.
I thought this was.
Or how is this? What does it expect with the use parameter? Only the name? Can you just open the completion again?
Any content confirms request.
So you need a function which takes a request and returns an async response encodable.
Async throws, and it's supposed to be content. So this should work.
So content is a
type must be written in any content. Content with any content. No, wrong one. This one.
So a response is an async response encodable.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can say capture all.
I should be able to say.
Yeah, that's
capture all. Yeah, that's it.
If the signature of the method is correct, then it works like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want this.
And then the same thing for the other? Or do you need an other? So the normal get without.
Let's call this one index. Request. Anything. Throws. Response. So this for now. But get.
But you
use.
Why not use capture all?
Index. This.
So why do you want to differentiate here? Because we could use the same method. So we could, in both cases, capture all.
Yeah, both. Yeah, you're so right.
Without a star string. Yeah, exactly. That should work, right?
Yeah, that should work.
So then we have only one method we have to implement, and
right. And this could, yeah. So we might have to
string. Yeah, the return type is not correct then.
Let's see if this works. Normally this should work.
The question is if string implements the protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, somewhere it implements it.
There's a extension.
If the compiler says it's okay, then.
So this should work.
Yeah, let's try. Okay, it's Vapor still different than app development.
Yes.
You have other problems here, or sort of not problems, but you have to think differently.
Yes.
In
so the main part is you don't have an object. You have to make sure that you hold on to your request.
Yeah, that's the thing we had last time. So yeah.
And this is something.
Yeah, you have to get used to it. So.
Yes. I love the thing that Quarkus does, so that you can say something like add, and then you have you add parameter for the path, or you can have the path actually written down here. That's something I really like. This is something not a big fan of it. But for now, I think it's a nice thing, because at least we are pretty good in Swift, so we know what we have to do. But still, the mental model behind it, that you don't have an app and you have to take care of the request, and if you lose the request, then
you don't have a state.
And you don't have a state, yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem here, because you have to think differently. You can't rely on a state.
Yeah.
So you have to think every request is a new beginning, or a new app launch, so to say, or it's comparable to that. Okay, so back to the topic.
Yes. So now I have to working directory, yes.
Okay, you have to say which one is the direct. Oh, okay.
So now this should work.
So it not per default the public directory.
The problem is the Xcode project. So if you create an Xcode project file, then you will have the saved, but since this is just a package Swift file, there's no information about where all the things are. So right now I have to do it by myself. We have to see if this can be done, and it's not working.
The question is if you have to specify it in the package.swift file. That you set the working directory.
Yes. Middleware, pass, no.
Yeah, package.swift.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you don't have a project. The schemes and gets generated when the package Swift gets opened. So,
but I thought this is what I need.
Yeah, that's for as long as you don't restart it, Xcode, it should work, right?
Yeah.
But when you open the package Swift again, the schemes get regenerated. So then your change is, if you want to preserve or save the working directory, you have to add it to the package Swift, but I don't know the parameter, but it's...
Yeah, it doesn't look like...
No. Okay, not as...
To fix this, set a custom working directory in Xcode scheme. Yeah, I guess there's no...
okay, there's no parameter for that.
Why do I need a custom working directory?
Yeah, the question is, what is the standard working directory? Because I would have thought that the standard directory should be the same directory as the package.swift.
By default, if you will run a project, this folder is not the same as your project. That's the problem. The problem is that it's in matter of data, and I don't want to have anything in there. Define files and folders like public, yeah.
Yeah, okay, but then you can do it manually. But later on, when you deploy to a server, how do you do it?
Yeah, I have to find a solution for that one.
So for now, it should work.
For now,
like
it should
that.
work, but
that's only a local temporary solution.
Yeah.
Configure.swift.
Okay, and I definitely need.
Okay, there's a different file you have to use.
Well, I have to include the file middleware before that.
Okay.
So configure, yes, routes, this one. And I guess it's this one, actually.
So in chat, usually the Xcode developer build products directory.
Usually the Xcode developer. Yeah. But that doesn't help me right now. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there needs to be some way around it. But this should actually work
and
for
that
now.
Okay, let's see if that works.
Not.
So basically that
there you go. And I guess there is a difference because this one works. And now I'm doing this and it doesn't because the file isn't there.
That's now with the slash.
Yeah.
Right. So now it looks. Yeah, we can debug it. So it looks for a file with slash index in the name, but that would be not good. That wouldn't work because then you have slash slash. A slash can't be in a file name. So that was a okay.
So, but it's really nice that you joined.
Yeah, that's the Twitch thing, the delays thing. So you have
And I was looking forward for some new videos of yours, but you haven't been online. Okay. So it's running. So this should
not work.
Why it should?
Yeah, because slash is not allowed in a file name. Because then you get slash
But why?
For the directory.
So I have to remove the first one.
Yeah, you have to remove the slash. So you have to say, just remove all slashes in the. Oh no, that's not. You can.
I have to remove the first one. That's the problem.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, just drop the first character.
Is there anything? Remove first. What was this?
Yeah, but that's remove first of the. That's the component.
Oh. Drop first.
Yeah, but what? Return the subsequent
first one.
All the given number of initially.
So I want to have this. I want to do this, and I want to pass this as string. Should work. Oh no!
So, yeah. So let's see. Does it work?
Okay, so it's running here. This one worked before.
And now slash index.
That works. Let's do this one because then we can at least see it. Okay, works. Now the question would be, if I add a file while it's running, would it still work?
Should be. Should work. I would expect that it work.
Hopefully.
So then let's just copy it and call it test.json.
Why? Great. No.
Command V, Command
Duplicate.
V, and just call it test. Or copy.
So copy.
And now
And
copy should work.
copy should work.
Maybe change the content of the copy just to verify it, that it's not cached or something like that. Yeah, browser caching and stuff. So let's check it again.
Okay, copy. Yes.
Index. Yeah, okay.
Yes. And without anything, yes. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect
So-
result for the end of the stream.
Yeah, we had to cut it short today, only an hour, because we both have something to do afterwards, and
So-
we can't really be late.
So looks like we will have future Vapor streams.
Yes, it looks like it. At least when Andreas is not here, or if
Yeah, or
we need a new topic.
We do it on a regular basis till the server is done.
Yeah. So get works, post might be something interesting. And of course, I don't want to have a 400. I would like to receive a 404 that it's not available as an
Yeah.
endpoint, and not 500, because it's not an error on the server side. It's just you can't reach it.
Yeah, but it's already cool that we can return a JSON file and
Yeah.
we can select it via the URL.
Yes,
That's a
very
good
cool.
first step, I would say.
I would think so. Yes.
Okay. Any questions? So yeah, basically leave it in the comments and
Yeah.
just add in row 14, done. So that's the case we have covered now. And then we have, in the future streams, we have to add, cover the second
Yeah.
and third one. Or have to think about how we handle this.
Yeah, we have to think about this one.
Yeah, the third one is basically the same, just another order. So
Yeah.
we have to do something like, as you said before, pass it into a dictionary and then sort it.
Yeah. And we have to see if this is a valid name, or if there could be something in the query
Yeah, I would.
which would actually break the system just because.
Yeah, I think you have to do a little bit of modification. So we
Probably.
would say, give me the query, split it by the end sign.
Yeah.
And then the result is split that one with the equal sign, and the first part is the key and the second is the value, or something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Just as an idea. Needs more unit tests.
Unit
Of
test.
course.
Yeah. Just had a nice talk this week with a colleague of mine that about unit tests. So yes, I would love to have some unit tests with. I don't know how good I can actually unit test this,
But that should be testable.
Yeah.
Or there should be a good way to test this one, because you don't have states. It
Right.
should be easy to test.
Yeah.
So give something in and check the result. Yeah, but that we also could cover unit test. So we, yeah, I would have expected that because the stateless thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guess that's it for today. Was a nice short thing, 1 hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, same length as every Friday.
Yeah. And Grant, if you want to watch the Office Racer, or all the English speaking people who are not that fluent in German, if you want to see the Office Racer, we'll be back. I'll be back with Christian in 2 weeks to do a little bit of Python programming, and hopefully we will let it drive.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The next Friday should be an iOS stream. I don't know the topic, so chat, if you have ideas, send us the idea for the next iOS stream. Maybe we can cover
I had
that.
one. there are extensions for Xcode.
Okay.
Like
And
build extension stuff.
you want to do a widget stream for iOS.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a stream once we planned, and it turned out that my computer was tired or didn't work when I started a new project and tried to work on widgets. And ever since then, everyone tells me I have to do a widget stream.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have a
So,
great weekend and see you soon.
yeah. Bye-bye.